associative law of summing points. Associative law of summing points. So if you see here, this symbol is summing point. You can also put a summation sign inside the circle. Summation sign inside the circle. Otherwise, this cross mark and whichever direction is coming, you can mention whether it is positive or negative. And here what is happening? The rule I will give another name as interchange of summing points. This can also be called as interchange of summing points. If you take this is first summing point, this is second summing point, blue color. So here the second summing point is put first and first summing point. The second summing point you are having B2, B2. So that comes first. That comes first. For example, here R plus B1 is the addition. R plus B1 is the addition. So after B2, this is nothing but R plus B1 minus, sorry, here minus is there. Minus sign is there for B1. So R minus B1. So here minus B2. R minus B1 minus B2. This is the final signal after the second summing point. If you put the second summing point first, here it will be R minus B2. After the red color summing point, it is R minus B2 minus B1. Both are same. So final C of S, both are same. So we can put interchange the summing points. This is the fourth rule. Fifth rule, I will come back to this little later. I will go to branch point. Takeoff point or branch point, one and the same. Takeoff point or branch point, one and the same. Okay. Branch point. Takeoff point or branch point is one and the same. This is called branch point. You are moving the branch point ahead of the block. G is the block. G is the block. Okay. What you are doing, before the block, a branch point is present. So R signal is coming like this. So R signal flows in two directions. R signal flows in two directions. So after the block, it becomes R into G. After the block, it becomes R into G. Okay. So here R is coming over here. After the block, R into G is available. R into G is available. So here at the arrow mark in the first diagram, we are getting R. Here also we are expected to get R. But R into G flows in this direction as well as this direction. R into G is there. So if I multiply with 1 by G, G and G will get cancelled. So R will come out. Okay, our intention is whatever the signal in the branch point, it should be same in both the cases. Okay. When you move the branch point ahead of the block, this G, whatever the block G is present, you have to multiply inverse of that. You have to put 1 by G. Okay. If you are moving branch point ahead of the block. So this is rule number 8. This is rule number 8. Now I am going to 7. That will be easy to remember. That's why I have gone to that. Next, I am coming back to rule number 7. Here what we are doing, moving the branch point before the block. Moving the branch point before the block. Okay. So initially branch point is after G. I am moving it before the block G. Okay. Initially branch point is after G. I am moving it before the block G. So here R is coming over and RG is the signal flowing everywhere. RG. So here RG we are taking outside. We are expecting RG here. Okay. So here only R is coming. R and R will flow, but we want in the branch point RG. So you multiply with the block G, same G you have to multiply so that in the branch point outcome will be RG. You can use it wherever you want. Okay. So this is about moving the branch point before the block. Okay. Ahead of the block you will include 1 by G. Before the block you have to include same G. Okay. Before the block you have to include same G. This is the case of branch point. Now, if I have summing point, in the place of branch point, if I have summing point, it will be opposite. Okay. Now, what I am going to do, this is summing point. This is summing point. Okay. I am moving it ahead of the block. I am moving it ahead of the block. Summing point ahead of the block. You remember it is opposite of branch point. In branch point, you have included 1 by G. If you are moving branch point ahead of the block, you included 1 by G. Now this is summing point, you do G. Okay, opposite you have to do. So you remember only branch point, moving it ahead of the block, it is 1 by G. Other things you can just recall. Okay. Now I am including G. When I am moving summing point ahead of the block, I am including G. If I move summing point before the block, okay, initially it is after the block, I am moving summing point before the block. Now we have to do opposite. 1 by G should be included. 1 by G should be included. This is about moving the summing point before the block and after the block. Okay. Now I have rule number 4 completed, interchange of summing points. Rule number 5 is moving summing point before the block, moving summing point after the block, moving branch point before the block, moving branch point after the block. 8 rules completed. Okay. Now I have rule number 9. Rule number 9. Combining summing points. Combining summing points. So if I have R here, I have one summing point and one more summing point over here. Let A be the input in this direction and here B be the input. This is positive. This also I will take positive. This I will take negative. Let C be the input in this direction, C. And the final output I will take it as Y. Final output I will take it as Y. This is equal to, okay, combining summing points. I will take a single summing point. I will take a single summing point. And in this direction A is coming. In this direction I will put B. And here I will include C. And C is negative. Other two signals are positive. And you see the arrow mark directions. Only one output, three inputs. 3 inputs and 1 outputs. We are combining the summing points. Okay. Rule number 10. Last rule. Rule number 10. Splitting of summing points. Opposite of previous. Okay. Splitting of summing points. Splitting of summing points. So if I have a single summing point, if input is R, this is positive. And if I have A and B over here, let A be positive and B is negative, and this is output Y. This is equal to, you know how to do this now, two summing points. You are splitting the summing points. The initial forward direction R should be as it is. You can put A at the first summing point. There is no condition A only should come. You can put B also in the first summing point. Okay. And the other one, if you are putting B in the first summing point, A will come in the second summing point. If you are putting A in the first summing point, B will come in the second summing point. Our intention is the sign should be retained the same. A is positive, wherever you put A, it should be positive. B is negative, wherever you put B, B should be negative. Okay. So these are the 10 rules. So what we have seen, first one is blocks in series. Second rule we have seen blocks in parallel. Okay. Next, third rule. So what I will do, I will take branch point, okay, ahead of the block, moving branch point ahead of the block. Okay, we included 1 by G. This you have to remember. Next, other things it is very easy. Moving branch point before the block. And then moving summing point ahead of the block. And moving summing point before the block. Okay. Yes, here it is G and ahead means here it is G. This should be opposite summing point and branch point. Here it should be 1 by G. Okay. So like this, if you remember, 6 rules I have completed. Let me check, somebody waiting. Now this is about 6 rules. You can just check. Third one is moving branch point ahead of the block, moving branch point before the block, moving summing point ahead of the block, moving summing point before the block. Okay, 6 rules completed. Seventh one, what I will do, combining summing points. This is easy to remember, this order. Eighth one, splitting of summing points. Ninth one, interchange of summing points. Last one, removing the feedback. Question is given. You can also try along with me. Question is given. Kindly try along with me. So here, which rule can be applied first? You have to always go from inside out. The basic rule in block diagram reduction is inside out. The only thing you have to remember is don't interchange the branch point and summing point. If two things are nearby, summing point and branch point nearby, don't interchange them. We don't have a rule like that. And the reduction should be inside out. Okay, step by step, we have to go in the block diagram reduction. First, I will go with the G2. You can see both of them are forward paths. G2, G3, both of them are forward paths. So, combine blocks in parallel. Step 1, I am going with combining blocks in parallel. Okay. For understanding, I am detailing writing this. In the online examination, you need not write all the steps. Straight away simplify in a short way, whichever possible, in a faster way, okay, based on your speed. So I am combining two blocks in parallel. Here I have a summing point. So R is the input. So two blocks in parallel means we can add them. So rest of the circuit I am maintaining the same. This is first step. Okay, this is first step. Just I have combined blocks in parallel, G2, G3. We have to add them. So I have put G2 plus G3. Okay. So whenever feedback is there, that sign is very, very important. Generally, R will be positive only. This is step number 1 completed. So in step number 2, what I can do? Step number 2, two blocks are in series. Okay, combining blocks in series. So if two blocks are in series, what we have to do? Multiply them. So G1 into G2 plus G3. And this summing point as it is. And feedback path as it is. And output is C of S. Input is R of S. Output C of S. Input is R of S. This feedback path, sign is important, negative sign. Sign is important in the feedback path. Okay. So just I have multiplied two blocks in series. So step 3, what I can do? Elimination of feedback. Okay. So total forward path, if I assume G, okay, negative feedback is there. So 1 plus GH should come. G by 1 plus GH. It is negative feedback present. So what I will do, elimination of negative feedback. Okay. So I will do the rough calculation and draw the diagram in the third step. And in the place of G, I have G1 into G2 plus G3 whole divided by 1 plus G1 into G2 plus G3 into H. Okay, G by 1 plus GH. This complete becomes a single block. So what I should write? G1 into G2 plus G3 divided by 1 plus G1 into G2 plus G3 into H. So overall input is R and overall output is C. Now the transfer function is nothing but C by R. Otherwise C of S by R of S. This is the transfer function, which is the single block present G1, G2 plus G3 whole divided by 1 plus G1 into G2 plus G3 into H. Okay, only 3 steps. Just for understanding, I have written everything detailed. Otherwise, in however fast manner you can do it, you just do and get the final answer. If they ask transfer function or if they ask what is the single block which can be reduced, okay. So like that, you can just reduce using the 10 rules. We have to